Once upon a time, in a small, forgotten town named Willowville, there was an old, abandoned amusement park. The park had seen better days, but it held a dark secret that the townsfolk had long tried to forget. At the heart of the park stood a rusty and weathered carousel. Its once colorful horses had faded, and its music had grown silent. The townspeople avoided the carousel, for they believed it was cursed. They whispered that the spirits of those who had ridden it decades ago were trapped inside, seeking revenge. One bright summer day, a group of curious teenagers decided to explore the abandoned amusement park. Among them was Lucy, a brave and adventurous girl. She'd heard the stories about the cursed carousel but didn't believe in such things. As they entered the park, the atmosphere felt heavy, and the air was still. The teenagers made their way to the carousel, and Lucy was the first to climb onto one of the lifeless horses. She laughed at the silly superstitions, urging her friends to join her. But as the carousel began to creak and groan, its lights flickering to life, the laughter turned to fear. The horses came to life, their eyes glowing with an eerie light. The teenagers' screams filled the air as they realized they couldn't get off the carousel. Round and round they went, the horses moving faster and faster. Their voices echoed through the empty park as they begged for release, but no one could hear them. Time seemed to blur as they rode the carousel endlessly, the curse showing no mercy. After what felt like an eternity, the carousel suddenly stopped, leaving the teenagers breathless and trembling. The horses returned to their lifeless state, and the park once again fell into eerie silence. They stumbled off the carousel, shaken to their core. The curse had given them a glimpse of the past, a punishment for trespassing on the sacred grounds of the abandoned amusement park. Lucy and her friends knew they had to break the curse. They began to investigate the history of the carousel and discovered that the curse had been born from a tragic accident many years ago. A maintenance worker had been killed while trying to repair the ride, and his spirit, along with those of the riders who had been on the carousel that day, had become trapped. The teenagers were determined to set the spirits free. They researched ancient rituals and uncovered a way to appease the restless souls. They needed to replace the missing piece of the carousel, a golden horseshoe that had been lost during the accident. Lucy and her friends set out on a perilous journey to find the missing horseshoe. They faced countless challenges, braving dark forests and airy swamps. Along the way, they encountered strange apparitions and heard the whispers of the trapped spirits, urging them to leave. Despite the eerie encounters, they pressed on, determined to break the curse. Finally, after many days of searching, they discovered the golden horseshoe in the depths of a murky pond. They retrieved it and returned to the abandoned amusement park. As they placed the horseshoe back onto the carousel, the cursed spirits began to stir. The teenagers performed the ancient ritual they had learned, and a blinding light enveloped the carousel. The spirits of the long-forgotten riders were finally free. With a grateful and peaceful look in their eyes, the spirits faded away, leaving behind the old, lifeless horses. The curse was broken, and the cursed carousel was silent once more. Lucy and her friends had not only broken the curse, but also brought closure to the spirits who had been trapped for so long. The townspeople of Willowville soon heard of their heroic act, and the once avoided amusement park became a place of wonder and joy, as the curse was replaced with stories of bravery and friendship. And so, the cursed carousel, once a source of terror, became a symbol of hope and redemption, a reminder that even in the darkest of places, the light of courage and friendship could prevail.